like I always say, you might as well get started with it. Hey, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Hope your day's going pretty good. I know I say that every time, but I genuinely do hope that people's day goes pretty good. Mine's going all right. You know, I can't complain. First world issues, I guess, you know. We've got a whole lot of terror going on in the world right now, and it's crazy. And I really hope everybody out there is staying safe and doing good, you know. Always be positive, man. That's what I always say. You got to be positive. Try not to be negative. You know, so much negativity comes into our life all the time, and we can't help but sometimes be overwhelmed by that negativity. And like I always try to tell people, man, you got to try to push that negativity out and stay positive. Positivity is the best way to go. And I know it may be weird coming from me, considering I'm freaking railing against crap all the time, but that's just, you know, trying to get the news out there and get stuff off my chest and, you know, let people know how I feel. You know, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one, but some people's are better than other people's. I'm just kidding. Trying to be silly a little bit, y'all, but alright, so I'm gonna try to get away from the war and terror crap that's going on, and we'll try to get a little bit more domestic news kicking around here, because we all know we got a little bit of chaos in Congress right now. We got the speaker vote going on, and, you know, as the story's gonna show, we still don't have a speaker yet, but I'm sure you already knew that. If not, then no, we don't have a speaker yet. As a matter of fact, Jim Jordan got less votes today than he did yesterday, but we need to get these 22 Republicans in line, man. I don't claim to be a Republican, and I don't like most of them, but like I always say, right now, they seem to be the ones with the cooler heads. They're definitely not unified, which can be a good thing, because we need to weed out the bad politicians that we have in Washington, which at this point, I know it's like 99% of them. How the hell are we going to weed them out? But we'd like to get corrupt politicians out of office and get good politicians into office. And that's what I would love to stress to everybody out there right now. If you are sick and tired of politicians being very political and being part of the machine, part of the corruption that's going on right now, and you are in a position to do so, get out there and run for Congress, run for state representative, run for city council. We have got to get rid of some of these career politicians out there. I'm really seriously thinking about doing it myself. I was talking with my wife about it, and I kind of put it out there like, I guess you could say this is my excuse, but it would only make sense to have a lawmaker actually be a lawyer, somebody that knows the law, right? Legitimately, that would make sense. But dadgum, man, career politicians are just terrible people, it seems like. It's like they don't really care about their constituents, is what I'm getting at. If you look at Congress as a whole, Congress doesn't care about us. That's what it looks like. But enough rambling about that. Let's get into the news, okay? We're talking about Jim Jordan here. So, check this out. Jim Jordan loses second House Speaker vote as GOP weighs dwindling options. Now, I will say, and this is what I like to do, I like to read out left-leaning news so I can unbias some of that. That's why I call it biased news. This comes from CNBC, so we know where this is going to go. Alright, here we go, y'all. Representative Jim Jordan's bid to become Speaker of the House of Representatives failed Wednesday for the second time in as many days. A devastating blow to the Ohio Republicans' viability as a candidate to lead the chamber. See, right off the top. A devastating blow. No, dude, that's not a devastating blow. The fact that we have a disagreement on who should be the Speaker of the House is a very good thing, because then we can work out who is actually a better fit for that job. I'm personally behind Jim Jordan. I know a lot of people are behind Jim Jordan. There's 22 Republicans currently that are not behind Jim Jordan. And I believe we can see who those people really are. Those are your hidden Democrats. That's right. That's what I'm doing. I'm calling them out. I think they're just hiding Democrats, which is weird. That's something you don't have in the Democrat Party. You do not have hidden Republicans in the Democratic Party, but in the Republican Party, you definitely have hidden Democrats. And that's what these guys are. They are the ones now causing the chaos. You know, before they were blaming it on Matt Gaetz and the Freedom Caucus and those guys. And I don't understand that whole backlash at all right there. Here I go on a fucking rant. Sorry. Here I go. I don't understand that backlash whatsoever, because Kevin McCarthy made promises to the Freedom Caucus that he was going to do these certain things. They weren't crazy promises. They weren't nothing outrageous. They weren't extreme. They weren't far right. They were genuine promises that Kevin McCarthy did not keep. He didn't keep those promises. And it was a simple promise to keep single subject spending bills. And yet, Kevin McCarthy didn't do it. I wonder why Kevin McCarthy didn't do that. What is so hard about separating all these appropriations bills and getting some of this pork out of these things so we can get our economy back on track and balance the budget? Our deficits are running the U.S. government into the ground. $33 trillion in debt we are. And these people just want to continue to keep spending money at a deficit. What is wrong with people? Congress says where all the money goes, what the money's going to go to, and how much each of those are going to get. The fact that they run at a deficit is basically giving all the other branches of the government an okay to overspend, to spend money that we do not have. To me, that does not make any sense. How can they morally justify that to the American people? Yeah, we're running at a deficit. We are spending money that we don't have, and that's just okay with us. And we're going to keep on doing it. Every single American should be livid about this. Should be completely pissed off because they're wasting your money that you pay in taxes. And they're not caring. They don't care that they're doing it because they're not doing anything about it. And when a couple of people stand up and say, we've had enough, Speaker of the House makes a promise and then fails on that promise. Of course he's going to get booted out. I don't understand, like I said, why these people think the way they do. Doesn't make any sense to me. But let's keep going, y'all. Jordan's failure to secure the gavel after 2 rounds of voting cast further doubt on whether House Republicans have any viable path to elect a new speaker, short of finding a consensus candidate who could also win over Democrats. Yeah, right. Coming from CNBC, yeah, that's about right. What Democrat is going to support a Republican right now? We're so divided, I doubt that would happen at all. Jordan suffered a stinging rebuke from his own party in the first round of voting Tuesday afternoon, with 20 Republicans casting their ballot against him. In the second ballot Wednesday, that number climbed to 22. The House will not hold another ballot Wednesday, but there will be votes Thursday, a source familiar with Jordan's plans told NBC News. Jordan plans to remain in the speaker race despite losing 2 votes in a row, the congressman's office confirmed to CNBC. We're going to keep going, said Russell Dye, Jordan's spokesman. Rep. Tom Cole of Oklahoma, who formally nominated Jordan for the second ballot, blamed the current chaos on the Republican faction that ousted former Speaker McCarthy. See, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. They're trying to blame all this on Matt Gaetz. If you guys would get your stuff together and vote Jordan in as speaker, we could get this over with. He's trying to blame Kevin McCarthy's fault on Matt Gaetz. Anybody that's listening that lives in Oklahoma who is under the district of Tom Cole, you need to send that guy a letter. Send him an email, call him, something. Tell him he's a flippin' idiot and you're not going to vote for him. But he continues, those who did this, whether intentionally or unintentionally, were going to put the Congress in a state of chaos and the country into a state of uncertainty, Cole said in his nomination speech before the House. The last 2 weeks have vindicated that observation, the Oklahomian said. Jordan's failure on the second ballot could push Republicans to empower Rep. Patrick McHenry of North Carolina, who has filled in as interim speaker since McCarthy was removed. Rep. Dave Joyce of Ohio plans to introduce a resolution to elect McHenry as Speaker pro tempore after Jordan faces his second ballot, a source familiar with the matter confirmed to NBC News. These people, just fucking vote Jordan in there. I'm sorry. After 2 weeks without a Speaker of the House and no clear candidate with 217 votes in the Republican conference, it's time to look at other viable options, Joyce told NBC News. Empowering Patrick McHenry as Speaker pro tempore, we can take care of our ally Israel until a new Speaker is elected. Rep. Mike Kelly of Pennsylvania has already introduced a resolution to expand McHenry's current limited powers until the GOP can settle on a permanent speaker. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries of New York has indicated that Democrats are open to throwing their support behind McHenry to end the current impasse. Right, because McHenry is a Democrat. The House has faced a leadership vacuum for more than 2 weeks now after 8 hard-right Republicans led by Rep. Matt Gaetz of Florida orchestrated the ouster of McCarthy in a historical, unprecedented no-confidence vote. Yeah, and rightly so. And I'm surprised it was only 8 Republicans. House GOP lawmakers have repeatedly failed to coalesce around a candidate to succeed McCarthy. Scalise was the party's original nominee, but the majority leader from Louisiana was forced to pull the plug last week after it became clear he did not have enough Republican support. The chaos in the House is now set against the backdrop of spiraling violence in the Middle East after Hamas massacred hundreds of civilians in Israel and retaliatory strikes by the Netanyahu government has caused immense human suffering in Gaza. And now they're trying to blame Hamas on Israel, I guess. Sure the hell what it sounds like right there. Oh, here we go. A strike against a hospital in Gaza on Tuesday has reportedly killed hundreds of civilians, with the Palestinians and the broader Arab world holding Israel responsible, while the Netanyahu government claims an errant rocket fired by Islamist militants hit the medical facility. Yeah, fucking right. Okay, so you mean to tell me you want me to believe that Israel, after being attacked, after a terrorist attack, after these terrorists killed civilians, kidnapped a bunch of civilians, killed women, children, all this stuff in a very brutal fashion, then Israel launches several retaliatory strikes, leveling buildings, just damaging the crap out of this stuff, letting them know beforehand, this is where we're going to be firing our missiles. And this is where we're going to be blowing stuff up. You mean to tell me that all of a sudden, now they destroy a hospital and they're like, no, we didn't do that? No, I'm sorry. I've seen the video evidence. This is good for Hamas. Because those idiots blew themselves up. Now, this is all unconfirmed, right? Technically, it's unconfirmed. But if you look at the video evidence, it's well known that Hamas fires these rockets from schools, hospitals, residential buildings. Good job, CNBC. Not being biased at all. The hospital strike threatens to escalate the already devastating war into a broader regional conflict. Congress is in a state of paralysis, unable to respond to the crisis in the Middle East until the House elects a speaker. President Joe Biden, who traveled to Israel on Wednesday, has urged Congress to pass emergency security assistance to support Israel. I guess they forgot to put in there that his trip was canceled because of that same hospital incident. These people are insane. You got to watch some of these news outlets out there, man. They just love spreading disinformation. And I'm surprised that they do it so blatantly. They made it sound like Israel attacked that hospital, when the evidence is clear that Hamas did it. Like I said, it's not proven, but it's clear that Hamas did it. At least to me it is. Tell me what you think. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. What happened with that? What do you think? Who do you think should be Speaker of the House? Should they vote in Jim Jordan? I personally think they do. I think they need to. That's just my belief, though. That's my conviction. I like Jim Jordan. He's a pretty good guy from what I can tell. But hey, like I said, let me know what you think. And that's all I got for this one, y'all. I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate all the new subscribers. I just got a little surge of subscribers come in, and appreciate the views. Don't forget to hit that like button. I almost forgot to tell everybody. Don't forget to hit the like button. Hit the like button, please. Like button right now. Go. Hit it. Punch it. Knock it out. Do whatever you got to do to eviscerate that like button. Thank you very much, and come again. No, but that's all I got for this one, y'all. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button and be positive. Peace.